This award recognises the exceptional contributions of one of our most dedicated nurses, Dr. Maggie Davis. Maggie exemplifies what it means to be a nurse through her unwavering commitment, profound compassion, and tireless dedication to patient care. She is currently the Chief Nurse at University Hospitals, Sussex NHS Trust, and is responsible for providing visible, transformational, clinical and professional leadership for nursing and midwifery for one of the largest NHS hospital trusts in the country. Maggie began her time as a student nurse, and during her career she joined the NHS Sussex Hospitals Trust as a Deputy Chief Nurse in 2014. Her leadership has influenced and was integral into the merger that occurred a few years later between Western Sussex Hospitals and Brighton and Sussex University Hospitals into the large organisation it has now become. This large NHS Foundation Trust provides clinical services to people in Brighton and Hove and across parts of East and West Sussex. Maggie was then appointed Chief Nurse in 2019, where she continued to champion patient safety and staff wellbeing across initially three hospitals in West Sussex, and then once the merger was finally completed, across a further 4 hospitals around Brighton and Sussex. During these complex and unpredictable changing circumstances, Maggie also completed her doctoral studies in clinical practice, scaled Ben Nevis, and ran the Beachy Head Marathon, all in aid of the local NHS dementia service. All of which are phenomenal personal and professional achievements, which reflects her level of personal resilience, fortitude, commitment and emotional strength. Maggie tells me she always wanted to be a nurse. Since watching her grandfather, who was a surgeon, and her grandmother, who was a nurse, both practiced their skills in South Africa, where you were born. After gaining some experience in England as a healthcare assistant, Maggie began her career in 1987 as a student nurse at St Bartholomew's Hospital in London, which was also the same place that her grandparents had been educated. During these early years in her career, she was inspired by her colleagues to achieve excellence and professionalism in her nursing care, particularly by significant mentors on the wards where she undertook practice learning. Experiential learning is so important for future healthcare practitioners. It's about developing their confidence in both practical and professional wisdom and crafts them into the roles they will become. And in Maggie's words, this learning enabled her to trust your gut, to listen to your patient and go the extra mile. Following the completion of her nursing programme, Maggie undertook a range of roles which included working in a National Spinal Injuries Unit and 2 years as an in-flight nursing sister, bringing people back from abroad. Maggie then decided to specialise in cancer care and worked in a hospice setting locally at St Barnabas Hospice, and eventually becoming a Macmillan Nurse Clinical Specialist. Macmillan nurses are funded by a national charity and help patients manage their cancer diagnosis, treatment and side effects alongside offering emotional and practical support. Throughout her career, and particularly in this specialism, Maggie has achieved a combined success in education alongside research. She successfully completed the Research Fellowship at the University of Southampton while studying for an MSc in palliative care, and then also achieved her doctorate in clinical practice at the University of Surrey, where she undertook research on the perceptions of directors of nursing on caring practices in the aftermath of the Francis Inquiry. Maggie has been awarded numerous accolades, more recently through Florence Nightingale scholarships for both leadership and research, and as well for a System Leadership Award. Maggie continues to champion patient safety and outstanding care in her role. She remains responsible for patient safety on the Trust Board and is the Trust Board Safety Champion for Maternity and Neonatal Services. Maggie's passion and excellence has also been recognised in 2019 when she was awarded Clinician of the Year by the Healthcare Financial Management Association. And then COVID-19 hit. And throughout the pandemic, which was immensely challenging for healthcare delivery, I know, Maggie led from the front with compassion and vision. She was a daily presence in those clinical areas and even managed to bake cakes for her colleagues. Maggie's journey in nursing is marked by this continued kindness and pursuit for excellence. This is driven through professional knowledge and skills development across all areas of nursing. More recently, driven by this desire to continue to promote nursing research and investing in new leaders, Maggie has been successful in implementing her vision for the Chief Nurse Fellowship. The programme aims to develop expert clinical practitioners whilst keeping and attracting high-quality, experienced staff to the NHS, where they may have the greatest influence on clinical practice at both local and national level. Since 2023, the Chief Nurse Fellows programme has engaged with over 100 nurses, midwives and allied health professionals across Sussex. And this programme has provided them with opportunities for research, education and development that would not have been available otherwise. This has been wholly championed by Maggie, who secured board-level commitment of investment in their clinical staff during a time of immense financial pressure. The year-long programme has provided a day a week over 12 months for a Chief Nurse Fellow to carry out quality improvement projects that really has shaped their practice and contributed to the provision of their outstanding care. Candidates have also been able to develop their individual personal plans and gain confidence in their knowledge and skills of presenting, improving quality, methodologies and leadership, and also writing for publication. This has been supported by Maggie's Chief Fellows nursing team and their expanding networks of peers, of which we are one. The University of Chichester supported this project and really embraced mentoring of nurses and physiotherapists with their quality improvement initiatives, and it's been our privilege to see these being implemented now and to have been involved in this innovative scheme. What next for Maggie Davis? In her words, she wishes to do more in the Clinical Academic Leadership Forum through policy and influence. With the Future Nurse Standards, which were set up in 2018, there are a new cadre of nurses entering the healthcare system. And Maggie wishes to promote these opportunities for future leaders so that the nursing profession stays in such a sound position. Repeatedly, colleagues inform me the word which sums up Maggie is compassionate. Compassion is a deep feeling for and understanding of others, and for suffering and a desire to alleviate this, true altruism. Maggie exemplifies this with such elevated levels of dedication, resilience and strength. So today, colleagues, we celebrate Dr. Maggie Davis, not just for her remarkable achievements, but for the heart and soul she brings to nursing. She is a true hero in every sense of the word. So thank you, Maggie, for your extraordinary service and unwavering dedication.
Thank you so much, Rita. Thank you. And I think we're just about to still. No, it's good afternoon now. Good afternoon. It's so fabulous to be here. Can I just firstly say some thank yous to Chancellor and Vice Chancellor, all the academic staff, and to parents, family, and students, graduates also here today. I wouldn't have missed today for anything, and that's because today is so special. Today is also the day where the new School of Nursing, the new graduates from the School of Nursing from Chichester leave as qualified nurses. As your chief nurse, I'm very proud. So many congratulations. So let's talk a little bit about why this means so much and why nursing means so much to me. It's certainly in my bones and I'm passionate about it. I had a fabulous training, and Nita touched on that in the citation. And perhaps one of the things that I remember so much about that and throughout my career is the importance of role models. I've had some fabulous role models in my leadership roles, and I've also had some fabulous role models in my clinical career. And as a second year student nurse at Barts, I had a privilege of working on a general medical ward, and I'd be looking after a lovely, lovely old lady who'd had a fabulous life, but very sadly just passed away very peacefully at the end of my shift. And the staff nurse who was in charge of the shift, I was a second year student nurse, said to me, Maggie, can you go to the shop and get some flowers? This was the time we had flower shops in our hospitals. Believe me, it did happen. So I was sent down to the shop to bring some flowers back, and the flowers were to lay with the lady as we cared for her in her last moments. And I left the room and I said to the staff nurse, why did you send me for flowers? I don't understand. And she looked at me and she said, when there is nothing more you can do, Maggie, as a nurse, there is everything you can do as a nurse. I've held that in my heart every single day that I go to work. That's my mantra. When there's nothing more you can do, there's everything you can do. And the smallest acts of kindness that we see every day in our society, in our hospitals, in our schools, are absolutely what makes the world tick. And I feel so strongly about that. The smallest things mean so much to so many people. So please hold that in you as you leave today, as you start your careers, physios, nurses, PE teachers. It's such a privilege to have that opportunity to make such a difference to so many people in your career. I'm having the best career, and I'm hoping I've got lots more years in my career, but I have had a fantastic career. People often also ask me, is nursing an art or a science? And the debate goes on. It'll go on in the universities, and I always say it's both, but it's the marriage of the two. The magic happens when you bring the art and the science together. But more than anything, nursing is a privilege. Absolutely a privilege. And I've had a wonderful nursing career, and to receive this honorary doctorate today is so special, means so much. So thank you to everybody, and thank you to you. And as you start your careers, have a fantastic time. Be the best leaders, be the best clinical staff you can be, and never, never forget those role models as you move through your career. Thank you.